Homeless crisis in America for elderly, financial distress increasing, and credit card debt ballooning. Hi, it's Edward, back with another video. Please take a moment to click the thumbs up button below and consider subscribing to the channel. Please also share this video with your friends. Thank you for your support. Today, I read several financial news articles. I've included links to the articles in the description below. I encourage you to read the articles to support the authors and news sources. As a private American citizen, I'd like to report and share my transformative thoughts through commentary regarding small sections of these articles that are of public interest. Today, I read an article on moneywise.com written by Sabina Wex titled, 50 is the age when many Californians experience homelessness for the first time. Why there's a rise in homelessness among older Americans and how it could happen to you. According to the author, the University of California, San Francisco discovered 48% of homeless people in California are above 50. The author goes on to reference a 2021 report to Congress that showed this is a nationwide issue. Those over 65 were the only age group to see an increase in homelessness during the pandemic. Here are my thoughts. It is sad to read about this happening here in our great country. No one wants to live out their golden years being homeless. I have no doubt homelessness impacts people in so many different ways, and none of them are good. When these people were younger, I am sure they had hopes and dreams and envisioned their older years would be quite different than they are today. The author of this article goes on to identify the 3 most common reasons for homelessness revealed by researchers. The first reason is ageism. Job opportunities are often difficult to secure for older people. The author said nearly 1 in 6 adults over the age of 50 reported they weren't hired for a job in the past 2 years because of their age. Ladies and gentlemen, it is sad to hear about this. Ageism is illegal in America, but unfortunately it still happens. Imagine needing to work in order to survive, but you keep getting rejected when applying for jobs. At some point, your savings could run out, and then what do? Some fortunate people may have family members to rely on, but others may be on their own. This could result in someone living in his or her vehicle or even living on the street. When this happens, you could get robbed, injured, or even killed. This is the terrible fate for those who are left with few options. In my opinion, people should consider learning some skills that will allow them to earn money as a self-employed individual in old age. There are a lot of people nowadays who don't know how to fix anything in their house, or they simply don't want to fix anything in their house. Many contractors don't want to mess with small jobs. It may be possible to make a living being a handyman if you can learn some basic skills. The author of this article went on to discuss the second reason for homelessness revealed by researchers, which is the loss of a spouse by death or divorce. Divorces can cause serious financial issues and can impact someone's mental health. In my opinion, divorces are often tragic for everyone involved. Sometimes people don't want to work or just can't work because of the emotional distress caused by a divorce. This is different depending on the person. In some situations, a person depends on his or her spouse for all of the income in the household. When that marriage comes to an end, life can get incredibly difficult. This could even be a shock to someone's system. A completely different type of life may await after a divorce, and it may not be pretty. This could even result in homelessness. My heart goes out to people who are involved with a divorce or trying to figure out life after a divorce. The author of the article went on to discuss the third reason for homelessness revealed by researchers, which is health. The author said, and I'll quote, people may have to choose to pay for their medicine or health care over their home. In my opinion, health care in our great country has so much room for improvement. Some people struggle to maintain their body because health care has gotten so expensive. As the author indicated, some have to choose medicine or health care over their home. Some of these people who have adult children may be able to move in with them. Some who have good friends may be able to all live together to share the cost of living. Unfortunately, not everyone is so lucky. Some people may end up on the street just so they can afford to pay for their medical needs. It is a sad state of affairs here in America for some elderly people. If you encounter people in your life like this, please do whatever you can to help. While some elderly Americans are struggling with homelessness, life isn't much easier for some Australians who are struggling with credit card debt. I read an article today on theaustralian.com written by Jordan McCarthy titled "Millions of Australians Set to Battle Credit Card Debt Following Christmas Spend." According to the author, 38% of Australians, equal to 7.7 million people, have racked up large amounts of Christmas debt, with many not being able to pay it back within 12 months. The author went on to reference a survey of 1,039 respondents, which revealed that 16% of people would be able to pay back their debt within a month. 15% said it would take between 1 to 5 months, and 5% said they would need 6 to 11 months. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Americans are not the only people who are struggling with credit card debt. In my opinion, it is unfortunate that people had to finance their holiday festivities with credit cards. Given the high level of interest being charged by credit card companies, many will not realize how big of a mistake they made until it is too late. This credit card debt can quickly grow larger and larger and snowball out of control given the high levels of interest being charged. I know parents want to provide their children with wonderful holiday experiences. I know people want to show love to their family and friends during the holidays. I just hate to hear about people becoming heavily indebted to do this. Dealing with this debt can make life a lot more difficult. To my point, the author of this article said, and I'll quote, "Many Australians experience significant financial stress over the holiday period. In my opinion, it's not just Australians who deal with financial stress. There are plenty of Americans who are also stressed out and very worried about what they are going to do to get out of their financial mess. My heart goes out to people who are struggling with credit card debt. In my opinion, people may want to consider looking for ways to live far beneath their means to free up cash to pay down credit card debt as quickly as possible so they aren't giving credit card companies any more money in interest than they absolutely have to." What do you think about this? Do you know people who went into credit card debt during the holiday season? If so, tell me about it in the comment section below. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but credit card debt isn't just a problem because of the holidays. I read an article today on en.as.com written by Mate Noor Evans titled "Household Financial Distress Grew in 2023, Driven by Increases in Credit Card Debt." According to the author, the White House has been messaging that President Biden has successfully rebuilt the U.S. economy. With a decrease in inflationary pressures in the market, unemployment still near a historic low, and GDP continuing to grow. However, new data from the Federal Reserve shows that the picture is not so rosy at the household level. Credit card debt drove households into financial distress at levels not seen since the Great Recession in 2008 and 2009. In my opinion, when someone starts talking about levels not seen since the Great Recession, we should probably pay attention. The Great Recession was a dark period in American history when unemployment peaked at 10% in October 2009, which translated to over 15 million Americans being unemployed. The author of the article went on to say, for an individual to enter a period of financial distress, they must have an account that is 30 days or more past due, excluding severe derogatory debt more than 120 days past due. Looking at credit card debt in particular, the Fed found that financial distress was higher than pre-pandemic levels, with 3.87% of households finding themselves in this position. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here are my thoughts about this. First, I feel bad for people who are struggling and have past due bills. I hope their financial situation improves in the near future. Second, at times I do feel like we often receive the rosy information regarding the economy from the leaders in our country. I'm not trying to go down a political rabbit hole here because I'd prefer to remain politically neutral. What I'm saying is a fact. How often is the rosy information that is shared with us followed by information that isn't as positive? Politicians seem to always want to focus on their positive accomplishments. Third, I worry about what might happen to the households dealing with financial distress if we enter an ugly recession in the future. If households are at levels not seen since the Great Recession right now, how bad could this get down the road? If you want to answer that question, please do so in the comment section below. Please keep in mind that everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and nothing in this video is financial advice or advice of any kind. If you need advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Please also consider sharing this video with your friends. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. Check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.